The one thing, the only thing that nobody can take from you, this is the only thing on this planet that can give you true core confidence, and that is having control over your mind. Now, this isn't some X-Men shit, and no, you don't need to go move to the Alps and be a monk and just meditate all day, but this simple perception change can make your life so much better and give you so much more confidence. As humans, we are the only species on this planet that have a relationship to ourselves. You think a cat is walking around wondering what other people think about them, or try to eat the fanciest feast, no pun intended, to impress other little kitties? No, they don't care. Cats don't have any mental image of themselves. The ugliest cat in the world is just as confident as the cutest, prettiest cat in the world. Weird analogy, but it's true. And that's why we as humans are poisoned with so many mental health disorders. It's because of our relationship with ourselves. And I have certainly been there. I know how it is. I've seen the dark side of the soul, and there's nothing worse than that. So if any of you out there are experiencing this, then it's so important to talk to somebody about it. And that's why the sponsor of today's video is BetterHelp. So shout out to them for sponsoring today's video. I cannot stress enough the importance of talking to somebody about it. You don't have to go about it alone. BetterHelp is a network of over 15,000 professional counselors that can help you. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own professional therapist. And you can start communicating with them within 48 hours. You can log into your account and send a message to your counselor at any time, and they'll get back to you with a timely and thoughtful response, and you can even set up weekly video or phone calls, and you don't have to sit there waiting in this therapist's awkward waiting room with everybody else. It's more affordable than traditional counseling, and financial aid is available. I know how this feels, and if you're feeling this, then you don't have to do it alone, and there are people out there that can help you. So if you want to check it out, go down below, and there's a special offer. Go to betterhelp.com/Maverick for 10% off of your first month. If you're interested, I highly suggest you guys go check it out. By nature, confidence derives from comparing yourself to your surroundings, the people and the things around you. If you see them as better than you, then you're gonna have a low self-esteem and low confidence. And if you see yourself as better than everyone else and everything, then you're gonna have a very high self-esteem and high confidence, but it can be just as bad as a very low self-esteem, because they're two extremes on the opposite side of the spectrum. See, over here is extreme low self-esteem, but over here is extreme unhealthy high self-esteem, or narcissism is what they like to call it. And if you are in either of these places, you are holding yourself back from experiencing the truest form of confidence, which is knowing that you don't have to compare yourself to anyone or anything. So like I said, you don't have to move out into the middle of the forest, or become a monk. All you have to do is just take the first step and realize that you are having these thoughts, and you aren't the thoughts themselves. You are just the watcher of the thoughts. You are seeing yourself have this negative thought. Maybe it's, I'm comparing myself to that other person, or maybe I'm better than that person, and realize that it's happening. And that's the first step. And that's the first step to becoming that true confident version of yourself. So if you're feeling anxious or nervous or scared, it's often not even what's happening that's making you feel this way, but it's your perception towards it. And it's a lot of times not as bad as you originally think. How many times have you been torn up about a situation? You're like, oh my God, this is horrible. And then some time passes and you look back and think, okay, that really wasn't even that bad. I was overreacting, right? It happens to me a lot, if I'm being honest. So something that you can ask yourself when you're feeling this way is just, what problem do I have right now? And often you're totally fine. You're probably safe. You're not really in any danger. You're often worrying about something that might happen in the future, or something that has already happened in the past. And neither of those are doing yourself any favors. So although it's important to realize that you're having these thoughts and that your relationship with your identity can hurt you, I don't recommend going fully into this spiritual world and just jumping in completely and losing yourself in it. This is where people kind of lose their minds, and you see them out on the street totally disidentified with the real world. So I think it's kind of important to have one foot into each world and, live in this beautiful world we have around us, but through this kind of vision that's free of this egotistic control, this identity that you have of yourself. And I just want to leave you with this one last question. Would you want to live with the image of yourself that you have in your head? Everybody has that. Everybody has an image or a version of themselves in their head, whether it's good or bad, confident or unconfident. If that person was your roommate, would you want to live with them? If they're overly unconfident and always playing a victim role and trying to have a pity party for themselves, then you're probably not gonna wanna live with them. However, if they're on the other side, overly confident and think they're better than you and better than everyone else and kind of narcissistic, you don't wanna live with them either. So figure out what type of person you would wanna live with and try to adopt that image of yourself. And that's the first step to achieving the most purest, godlike confidence that a man can achieve. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe, turn those post notifications on, and until next time, peace.